So I guess while I have a minute sitting out here in the wind, might as well talk about the election a little bit. Maybe even some WWE, what have you. We'll just do a little mixed podcast here. As far as the election, man, I think somebody who posted on an article, commented a while back, had one of the most astute ways of looking at it that I've heard so far. They said it's basically like choosing between a train robbery and a train wreck. Hillary represents the train robbery, of course, considering how they, take bribes from everybody, and her and Bill are apparently too big to jail. Trump, with his outlandish fucking mouth, man, he's just a train wreck. You never know what the guy is going to say next. And, to be completely honest, as I've been saying here past few days, I don't think there's much at all that's legit about this election now that Sanders is out of the race. Trump just seems like a fucking Clinton plant. And Hillary, she seems to be the anointed one. It feels more and more to me like that this bitch is just put in that position. I mean, you saw the vote rigging and the voter suppression, all the shit that was going on in the primaries. I'm just going to call it like I see it today, but she's just an oligarch's little puppet, lovely little puppet. Let's have this narrative the media puts forward and all these, ignorant voters, the Democrat Party bots who keep going on and on about, isn't it so inspirational, we're going to elect our first woman president. Well, I'm sorry, but she's got to have a few more qualifications other than just being the first woman and, former first lady. If you look at her record, it's a train wreck. I mean, it really is. Wow, there's a hawk over there, something pretty bird. And as far as Trump goes, Pence is just a horrible fucking runaway. I can tell you, living here in Indiana, that Pence and Daniels and these douchebag teabaggers, they have just been a disaster for Indiana. We've had right-to-work union busting laws. We've had them going after a woman's right to choose, trying to outlaw abortion. They passed the anti-gay bill the spring of last year, about a year and a half ago or so, I guess. That got shot down because it was such a train wreck and disaster. Businesses were threatening to leave the state. They've cut public education funding. They have basically made us more like the Mississippi of the North, is what they're doing. Of course, I know Wisconsin's had a number done on them. Michigan as well. Some of these very radical Republican governors are funded by ALEC and the Koch brothers and what have you. Pence is another one of them Koch brothers toadies. There's not too much endearing about the guy. He's definitely, I can't figure out why Trump would pick him. Evidently, he had slim pickings. There wasn't too many people to choose from. I know he's pissed off a lot of people. But as far as WWE, might as well speak a minute on that. Okay, I got a minute 20 seconds left according to my clock on my camera here. So, yeah, we got the brand split, everything that's going on with Raw and SmackDown. I gotta be honest, I haven't seen all of, I've seen one SmackDown episode since they did the split. I was gonna tape it the other night, but I forgot. I was gone. I like some of the things they're doing, I guess. I'm not a fan of the Universal title on Raw at all. I think it waters down the title, and it really kind of makes it meaningless. They can have the champion go from show to show. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of having a shitload of titles. I think it just waters them down, makes it more meaningless. So I think maybe they should have just had Ambrose flip between the shows or something. A lot of good young talent, looks like, on SmackDown, and I'm happy to see a lot of people called from NXT. I'm wondering when Shinsei Nakamura is going to get called up. I really like that guy. I really dig him. Actually, Chris Jericho just interviewed him on his podcast, and he's an interesting dude. He likes surfing. He talks about, trying to learn better English and kind of how he got into wrestling. Some of his